Hello, everyone. My name is Kyra Huckabee with the Weatherford Daily News, and today I'm here speaking with Father Nick Aiello, and we are setting up for the Caring and Sharing event. So can you tell us a little bit about the event and the setup process here?
Sure. The Caring and Sharing event is probably one of the oldest charities that continuously has been going on in the Weatherford area since about the 80s every year.
Wow.
We typically have between 135 and 160 families,
Mhm.
usually between 400 and 600 kids, underprivileged kids that we minister to, specifically, and it's always specifically in the Weatherford area, in the Weatherford zip code. So
Mhm.
today is the culmination of all years long. It is a ministry of the ministerial Weatherford Ministerial Alliance. So it's 16 churches that participate here.
Oh,
Each
wow.
table, there's 9 tables. They're broken up by gender and age groups,
Mhm.
shopping groups, and so each child gets 3 toys, a
Mhm.
bag of groceries, a ham,
Mhm.
and a Bible. And so each parent will come by. It's kind of interesting because kids actually aren't here.
Mhm.
The purpose of the charity is to allow families to provide Christmas for their kids. And
Absolutely.
so the parents come and shop. So the parents are coming and shopping for their kids for Christmas. Each child will have 3 gifts of
Mhm.
different price categories, and like I said, a bag. And
Mhm.
so what we're seeing now is the churches are coming in now and they're filling up the tables in their individual buying groups. Like my church, for example, has boys 2 to 4. There's girls 2 to 4. There's and so the different groups. So we're working on bringing in the food now. We're going to start building the food bags with the red bags here.
Mhm.
And then what you're seeing is, as I said, churches coming in and they're setting up their shopping groups, their shopping tables, their booths.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then all the items here, kind of how did you get all of them? Is it donations? And maybe how is that compared, the amount of them compared to the years before?
Well, it's growing. I
Yeah.
mean, the community, it's really getting word.
Mhm.
And so the community, it really, it used to be, I mean, it started out, I think, with like 3M with a company,
Mhm.
and then the Ministerial Alliance got into it probably about the 90s. And now really, I mean, it really is a community event. It's the churches that are providing a lot of it, but you'll see a ton of toys. Like, for instance, with the Weatherford Press, now the
Mhm.
Daily News provided
Yes.
things. That
Mhm.
we're finding that a lot of companies are getting involved in it, like the Daily News is getting involved in it. So now it's really a community event,
Mhm.
and so that's what really a lot of what you're seeing as well. So that's the 16 churches, but it's been growing. It's more expensive, but you see the angels.
Mhm.
Those angels. Well, that's how we raise the money. The
Awesome.
companies and people and memorandum and
Mhm.
also advertising or just wanting to participate. So they buy one of the angels, and that's gone through Tony Cannon. And so that's our money making. That's how we manage this. So the churches obviously contribute. Individuals contribute. Organizations like the Weatherford Daily News and like some of the others contribute.
Mhm.
And so it's really, I mean, it's a pretty wonderful community effort. Like I was saying before, United donates hams, Starbucks will donate coffee,
Mhm.
and so it's really a community. It's a community charity. It's a
Yeah,
community Christmas charity. So that's
absolutely.
yeah.
So then after seeing it grow, kind of how have you seen it benefit families in Weatherford?
Well, I mean, it's there are it provides them a level of
Mhm.
Christmas that they would not be able to sustain.
Yeah.
They would just simply not be able to have. And
Mhm.
so and you'll see the volunteers love it. It's very
Yes.
heartwarming. The parents coming through, it's kind of emotional sometimes because they're able to provide things that
Mhm.
most of them would not be able to provide, or they would provide, but they'd go in bad debt. I mean,
Mhm.
they'd be using credit cards and things.
Yeah.
It would be hard for them because things have gone up. The price of toys has gone up. It's been more
Yes.
expensive now than it ever has.
Absolutely.
But we're fine because
Mhm.
the community has just stepped up, and so we're doing fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then just one more time, can you kind of walk me through the process of people that register for this?
Sure. What we have is we have 3 registration times at
Mhm.
the Chamber of Commerce, which also
Yes.
donates their time. So we have 3 registration times where the families come in, they register for the children, and then they receive a card. We have 4 shopping times.
Mhm.
It's pretty quick, between 9 and 12. And they register and then they receive a card for their shopping time. Like the first
Okay.
one is from like 9 to 9:40.
Mhm.
And so they also will have an envelope, and in the envelope has each one of their children's by color code, because and
Okay.
that represents one of the shopping tables.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they've got 3 kids, 3 different age groups, 2 different genders, 3 age groups.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a card for each child that represents and is associated with one of the tables. So they go to that table, they got a blue card, that's a child,
Okay.
boy 2 to 4, and then they pick 3 toys from that table.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do that for each one of their children. And then they come around here, and then they get a bag of food, a ham, a Bible, and some other, that we're putting out some other spiritual things for them as well on the tables. And so that's how we do it. So
Absolutely. And I think what you guys are doing here is so amazing. And is
thank
there
you.
anything else you'd like to add that maybe I forgot to ask
Well,
you?
just I always like to mention my team members, because
Yes.
I just, I'm the face for it. I do some of the busy work and things,
Yes.
but it's also Sue Brandhorst, Elva Escovedo, and Heather Spain.
Mm-hmm.
They're the leadership team, and they're the ones that really. Sue's been doing this continuously since the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Heather's been doing it for at least 10 or 15 years.
Yes.
Elva just joined me. We're newbies, just 3 or 4
Mm-hmm.
years into this. So that's really the heart of caring and sharing, and the community. Again,
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming more and more of a total community effort, which is very heartwarming. It's very inspiring, frankly.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. And thank you so much for speaking with me. And
Glad
thank you
to.
all for watching.
Thank you. Thank you.